everything's set up. Sorry about that, chat. I was, you know, doing stuff, etc., etc. We're gonna go ahead and do some VVV, then we'll move on to something else. Not sure what exactly we've gone ahead and... started the game at least, wanted to confirm that it did work, so... You know, Archipelago stuff. You gotta make sure it's working. Otherwise, if that doesn't work, then, you know, there's issues. I try to avoid the issues. But, you know, we'll be doing here for an hour or so. Might turn down a little bit. Hold on. As is, we had a little bit of issues with Pokemon. That was my fault, though, because I thought that I had selected a blue version. Apparently, I'd done random. It chose a red version. I do not own red version. So I can't, you know, legally rip that. Whereas blue I do own, and I have legally ripped. So I had to go ahead and get things, you know, taken care of. I felt bad about that, though, because I thought we'd, you know, gotten all taken care of, and then, nah. Which was my fault once again, but, you know, these things happen. It was the first time that I'd done, or not done, but doing the Pokemon, Archipelago to the Poles. I love that joke. I don't know why, but a lot of people can tell you, yep, he makes that dumb joke very frequently. And boy, howdy do I. Hey, we can do Woodman in my own game now. Ain't that swell? I don't remember the last time I did Woodman without, some kind of weapon against him, because as I say, the Metal Blade isn't really his weakness, it just, is quite effective against him, but really though, what isn't Metal Blade effective against, really? I promise I've played VVVVV multiple times. I apparently just get really stuck on the basics. Please, I'm not this bad, I promise. Please. Maybe I am. That's mainly part of the reason why I like doing Archipelago. That way it can, you know, encourage you to keep playing the game over and over again, even if you've beaten it. Just gives you a reason to do that. Not that, you know, you can't do that, but having a reasoning behind it, I personally think happens to help a substantial amount, but that might just be me. Who knows? I don't know. I'd also say it helps because Archipelago is shorter than playing through the game regularly. So that aspect also happens to help. Admittedly, VVVVVVVVVVVVV. Ooh, one of the... I don't know if this is the best song in the game. It's... VVVVVVV has a lot of good music. So I was gonna say, it might be the best song in the game. And it might be. I'm not sure, but I don't know. There's a lot of jams in this game. No, it's not bedtime, young Blake. How you doing, Blake? Not bedtime. I don't work tomorrow. I'm only going for an hour, though. If it was anything longer than that, I'd agree with you. I was gonna say, to be fair... Actually, to be fair, your bedtime might be now. I have another hour, sir, because it's Central Time. I admittedly thought about staying up till midnight because it's my birthday tomorrow. But I don't want to do that. He only says that because he's so young. I mean, that's true. How are you doing, Faithy Lou? Did I ask you how you doing, young Blake? I should have asked you. You only have to work for an hour tomorrow? I don't have to work at all tomorrow. If I did, so... I work Wednesday through Saturday, typically, Blake. 4 10 hours. So I work 4 10-hour shifts, and then I have 3 days off. This is Sextuple V, that is correct. I love this game. However, I have all next week off except for Saturday. Because, you know, Christmas, we had floating holidays, I have used floating holidays, etc., etc., etc. Be great. I work for maybe a few hours tomorrow, then I'm off till January 5th. It's about to be... I hear that, yes. I say kind of similar situation. I have to work Saturday, as I said. The week after, I have to work Saturday. And then the week after that, I have... Yeah, exactly. PTO and holidays, exactly. So, as you said, it's going to be a grand old time. Oh. I have entrances to this randomized for how many trinkets you need. Apparently we need 1. Aw, I made a moose. Because the kids are on Christmas break? That's a good point, actually. Yeah. But yeah, so as such, I'm doing 3 birthday streams. I'm not streaming the birthday stream on my birthday tomorrow, ironically, because KAMa's home. And Floofs is not. And I don't want him, you know, sitting at a computer for a long amount of time. That just sounds like a bad... Aw. Parenting plan. I goofed it. You don't, you gotta go on Christmas Day. Need you to run the numbers. They haven't been right. That's true. Those numbers do need ran, Faithy Lou. He's right, you know. Are we learning that Blake is Scrooge? Is that what we're learning here? Game of Scrooged. Who would be Tiny Tim? They don't run for at least 3 hours once a year, then the following year they will have too much energy. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's what happened in Y2K, man. That's why everybody was freaking out. G. Yeah, okay. This one, yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, I was gonna say, if I don't... Absolutely not, I love Christmas, fair. I also love Christmas. To be fair, Scrooge does eventually love Christmas. It just takes him, you know... a visit from 3 ghosts. And none of them are space ghosts, coast to coast. What's up with that? Truth be told, I'm actually surprised we didn't get an Aqua Teen Hunger Force with the Space Ghost as one of the ghosts. I don't think. I could be wrong. Aw, man. Time spent with family. I get things, you know, I get things. Yes, that's true. No, it's mostly time spent with the I understand. Heck yeah, I love getting things, but mostly time. Agreed. I was gonna say, I am more looking forward to just having time with the family. Time with the family. That's why I'm only streaming for 4 hours tomorrow. Even though it's my birthday stream. Admittedly, any subs or bits that I get at the moment will go towards the end goal. I still have to program that. That won't take very long. This game is wild, but it's not too bad. As is Faithy Lou. I just think because it seems easy. I'm mad I did like an idiot. I don't think. I don't think. Therefore, I'm not. This game is hard, but it's not too bad, honestly. Mainly just because of how frequent the checkpoints are. But I definitely understand why people would get upset. And if I hadn't played it, hold on. I want to see. Steam says I have 36 hours in this game. This game takes about 2 hours to beat. But it's just a fun little... I guess it takes 2 hours to beat when you know everything. Or most everything. I will not say I know everything, because I'm sure that there's like this one small little mechanic that I am absolutely unaware of. And even then, there's things that I forget. And to be fair to me, after you beat the game, there is a mode called flip mode, which takes everything and flips it upside down. So it does actually screw with your brain a little bit. And I'm pretty sure, and it is on flip mode, I can tell you that much. I'm pretty sure I have it on random for whether it's regular mode or flip mode. But the last like 3 times have been flip mode. So it's like, oh, okay. But the music for this game is phenomenal. Admittedly, I don't know how long we're going to be in VVVVVV because, well, we only need 1 trinket per level at the moment. Only need 1 trinket per level at the moment. I'm pretty sure we only have 1 that we actually are required. Because the thing is, I can check real quickly. Yeah, we only have 9 or 1, and it'll go in order. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the moment. Because there's 5 stages. I blew it, guys. I blew it. I blew it again. V. Alright, okay, good. I could not remember if there was... That's my fault. There is a hidden trinket right over... Oh, got it first try. Never mind. We're done. That one's a little hard, actually. I'm surprised I got it first try. But, there it is. Alright, we're done. Never mind. I was gonna say, this one's a little hard, and it is, because you gotta thread the needle, but, I mean, I guess sometimes you just gotta not even think about it. I will not get it a second. I will not get it a second time. I will not. Aw. Woo! Alright. Once we do beat this level, though, there is still a few things we can do. We're not done with I'm just gonna call it V6. We're not done with V6 yet. We'll move on to a different game afterwards. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all the other levels are locked. We'll double check that. But yeah, birthday stream tomorrow. I'll be honest, I have stolen some of P. Tony's subwheel ideas. He already knows that, because I am apparently awful with coming up with subwheel ideas or incentives. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. Within reason, I'm willing to add them, because I do like having fun ideas. While I'm thinking about it, we did add a new emote tonight. I'll share it here in a second. It's, I don't know if emote is the right word. It's, I stole it. Not from somebody else. VVVVVV. I stole it straight from Guild Wars. There's a, where's that emote? Oh, there it is. KAMaximilianK, I stole your emote. Exactly. No, there's a face in Guild Wars that looks like a Pogger face. And I have, I'm wondering what I can do to make it more obvious. I don't know how obvious it is that is that, and that's what I'm trying to figure out still, but I'll tinker with it. I'm thinking of making more, I need to find somebody to make me emotes, because I am... Chat, I think that my gates are turned off. We could just straight up beat the game tonight. I don't think we're touching another game tonight, guys. The emotes I made of fun streaming. That makes sense. Yeah. That's the other thing for me, honestly. I'm not sure what people want. Okay. Second. I gotta focus a little bit. Like, what people would want from emotes for me, that's admittedly part of the struggle for me, and I do admit that. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what people would want, because it's like, that's... I don't mind doing, like, real stuff like you do as well, Blake, but I just... Oh, grub for Pete Downey, nice. Oh. Sometimes I'm creative, and sometimes I'm not. And I just don't know what other emotes people would be interested in, truth be told, and it's something I am trying to... Ooh, that almost touched me. It's something that I'm trying to ponder, because, yeah. I don't know now. I'm curious. Wait, did Twitch just do ads twice? Come on, Twitch. Come on, man. Come on, man. I promise you guys, I'm not that greedy. I might have said that I don't have to get any of the trinkets. Let's see. I don't think I'm just like, I'll get to it later. And then, yeah, exactly. On the Cash App ad? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And it's not false. It's not false. But yeah, I get that entirely, Blake, because it's hard. It's my fault. Admittedly, I'll wait till people are back from the stinky ads. Alright, good. I'm not even gonna go for any of the hard stuff tonight, because since it is what it is, I'll sit through them, I guess, yeah. I mean, I get it, I understand. It was my fault. There it is, okay. I usually don't get past that first try, not gonna lie. I'm glad I did. There's 2 hard puzzles in this section that I could do. I've done them multiple times before, but since everything's open, I'm going to be honest, I don't happen to see any reason to. That was my fault. This is what a lot of people consider to be the hardest puzzle in the game. I'll give it one shot. It's really not that hard once you get used to it. It's just about timing. And this is upside down. Honestly, if everything was not unlocked right now... Alright, I'll give it 2 tries. I'll give it 3 tries. I'll give it 4 tries. I'll give it 5 tries. I'll give it 6 tries. See, as I said, I haven't done this one flipped yet, because I haven't had to. So it does throw me off quite a substantial amount. I don't think it's that hard, but it does take time, and I will admit that. That was pretty close, actually. Not gonna lie, that was halfway there. Whoa, whoa. Living on a prayer. We'll make it, I swear. Ah. I just want to show I can do it now. Once again, not necessary because... it's not necessary because beating the game unlocks everything, but... I do like doing this puzzle, honestly, as painful as it is. As painful as it is. It really isn't that bad. Unless I make a mistake like that. That seems to be... Alright. I am going to give up, actually. I'm starting to get tired, and I can tell. My reflexes are getting a little slow. So we'll only go for another 40 minutes, but... A lot of people consider that the hardest puzzle in the game. I really don't consider it that bad. Usually, tonight is an exception. Would it take me a few tries? Yes, it would. There's another puzzle coming up I consider harder. Or we skipped it already. I'm pretty sure we did not skip it yet. This is the one I consider harder. You have to go through this puzzle twice, basically, without dying. Because you have to go ahead and get rid of those platforms. Okay, get rid of these 3. Then you have to die on the screen. However, you have to die on the screen without getting another checkpoint. So you have to have this checkpoint active. Die here. You gotta get past this. Then you gotta get past this. So I'll just show, because it's like... Since you have to avoid the checkpoints, you have to do it a little dangerously. Not like that. Once again, this being flipped is throwing me. Ah, I had it too. I blew it! For the demonstration. This is not going to be, like, how to actually do this puzzle. I blew that one too. Yeah, like that. So you do that, you gotta make sure to avoid both of these. I did that one just because I wanted to make sure you destroy both of these. And then you die here, and you'll respawn up there. But obviously, since we didn't do it, not happening. That's perfectly fine by me tonight. As I said, since we don't actually have to, get trinkets, I'm kind of just looking to beat the game tonight. We'll see if it happens, but... And I don't know if we will beat it tonight. We'll see. I'll be back on Tuesday with this, though, because, as I said, birthday stream after 9 a.m. Was going to do Sunday and Tuesday, but now it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday because of some IRL stuff that happens, which is fine. But basically, that's going on. As I said, we'll have what I hope to be fun incentives for the stream, but I have to add those as a command still. That way it's a little easier for everybody. Trying to remember, this is the hard one, or another one is a hard one? Another one. It's this one, by the way. I remember, because this one can be quite nuisance. Doesn't have to be. And it's not really that bad, but it's like... It's a lot of quick timing. Then if you die here, you gotta redo it all. As long as we don't mess it now, it's a lot harder to... We're good. As long as you can get past it on the rebound. Not like that. Not like this. Wait. I'm gonna just smash my head into a spike there. Yeah, I hope everybody's gonna have a good Christmas this week, because I am looking forward to it. KAMaximilianK, that was my fault, is in the choir, so I'm looking forward to that for Christmas Mass. Floofs is too, but we're not having Cayman sit through 2 different masses, because there's the kids' choir, then the adults' choir. It was a little too slow there. Like, just barely. Could have brought him a little closer, to be fair. Could have brought him closer. He's not gonna make it. Yep, I didn't make it either, technically, there. I might need to pick up a copy of Castlevania 1 for NES, by the way, because... Well, I don't know what they'd really do for that for Archipelago. Would they randomize the levels? I'd assume so, but... too soon. But I was thinking... they could do Castlevania 2, which is not my favorite one. I'm just thinking for Archipelago ideas. But it's like... I'm sure there's something they could do for it. I mean, listen. VVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVVV It's kind of linear for the most part. There is some collectibles, though. There we go. I think that's the last. Yeah, it is. We'll see if I do beat this game tonight. It may not happen. It may not happen. There's other stuff I was talking about, and I've forgotten what it was. I don't remember now. If anybody does, let me know. I have lost my marbles, apparently. That's not what I meant to do. Chat, did I really ever have my marbles? I ponder this. Does anybody truly have thine marbles? I ponder that, too. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, this is fine. We'll go this way again, I guess. I'm just trying to get to the levels at this point, so... Speaking of levels, there's one now. Oh, endgame music for a very hectic section. Hooray! Oh, hey, thank you for the follow there, Asking. I appreciate that. What's my follower goal again? I forgot what my follower goal was. Is it more, I'll have to look. I'm doing well. How about yourself? VVVVV. To be fair, Blake, there is a... Oh, I'm just gonna run right into that. I'm gonna do that again. That's my fault. While I don't need to grab it, I'm going to anyways. Hey, lift key. Alright. The lift key, that's pretty useful, actually. Oh, yeah, we're gonna die. Probably gonna die again. I didn't even make it. Okay. But basically, there is a at the top of the game, there's the level's name, and there is eventually a VVVVVV. Too soon. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Oh, I blew it at the last second. Well, I don't need to grab this stuff since once I beat the game, it's all taken care of. There's no reason for me not to. If it's on the way and not too much of a headache, truth be told. The Archipelago is being a little slow, but it is sending. I always forget just how far it is. Oh, I'm glad to hear that! Say, what, if you don't mind sharing, about what area of the country are you at? I say, it's always wonderful to be able to share with Father at Mass. I am looking forward to when my son is old enough to be an altar server. He's not old enough yet. I think it's got another 2 years. But I am looking forward to that, because I would like to obviously encourage him in the faith on the... Yeah, the West Coast, nice! I'm curious if you know John, then. He's another Canadian Catholic. I don't know if he's on the West Coast. I'm trying to remember his name at the moment on here. Nice guy. That's why I'm asking. Good guy. Good man. He'll come by. Shauno Vision. There we go. Good man. I think I know one other... No, I know 2 other Canadian Catholics. What was I say? There's Father... I'm blanking on his real name at the moment. I don't know why. But he typically goes by Father Pizza because he loves pizza. For his online handle. Not for his in real life name, of course. I just am bad at remembering. Alright, that's taken care of. Pardon me. Ah, you're right. I remember what this one is. Okay. Hey, I found a shiny trinket. Good for me. Alright. Father celebrated that I could go to Mass today. Nice! That's always nice. I was gonna say, I do like good priests. There's a lot of good priests. Yeah. Aww. The Gravitron is interesting, but I also hate it. Because I'm not very good at it, so... Typically about the 20-second mark is where I really have... Okay, we made it 30, good. 20 seconds is about where I really start to have issues. Thankfully, you only have to survive 60, and every 5 seconds is a checkpoint. Aw, man. Ooh, 25. Alright. I thought we'd missed it. Before we do end tonight, we'll read from either Paul of Tarsus or the Catechism. I didn't do that earlier today on stream because I wanted to go spend time with my family. They're asleep now, but I definitely do want to go ahead and read either the Catechism or about a saint a little bit each day on stream. Even if it's only a couple pages, because I do think it's good to understand the basic rules, honestly, of the church and have come to a deeper understanding for myself. And then looking at all the saints that God has made, because any of us can be a saint, and it's something that I think we need to be reminded of on occasion, honestly, because sometimes it can feel like it's overwhelming. I missed that. And it's also good to know, give me 1 second, I will read what you said here as soon as we are done with the Gravitron. And as soon as I get better with the Gravitron. As soon as I get better with the that's... Closer. We're at 10 seconds now. So there is a mini game that you can unlock that just has you doing the Gravitron as long as you can. I have not gotten very far in it. I think I've gotten 1 achievement with it, and I called it good. I'm not good with the Gravitron. Okay. The last 25 years has brought me communion this week. I finally went to the church. Nice! Glad to hear that. Okay, so if we want to go left. Yes. Okay. Oh, nice. Past 25 years was incarceration. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. I was gonna say, I won't ask for your history on that, because I think somebody just beat their game. Obviously that's very private, so I understand. I'm definitely glad to hear that you're out, though. Congratulations, yeah. Sorry. I got a bunch of thoughts going through my head at the same time, so I'm not trying to be rude. Time for me to tell you all deeply private information. I'm in KAMax's walls, knock knock. Father's seeing me today, rejoice because I am free. Absolutely! I was gonna say, I'm very proud for you. Let's say, I've only just met you. I'm still very proud for you. I'm glad that you're free. I would say, that has to be an amazing feeling. I can only imagine. I would say you are in my walls, Young Blake. I was gonna say. We got a bunch of people in my walls. I like, just leave the copper. That stuff's expensive. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. I'm trying... Yeah, it does. Okay. I say, he definitely sounds like a very good man, then. Honestly, as his prison ministry is something that I do want to get more into, honestly. Absolutely, what Blake said entirely. But I do really want to look more into prison ministry, because there's so many people that do happen to need it. I'm just somewhat of a coward, and I'm not going to deny that, because and it's not even because of the prisoners, it's just because I don't like bothering people, and that's entirely a me thing, and it's absolutely an excuse, and it's something I do need to work on, because honestly, people do overlook those that are incarcerated, and we do obviously still need to reach out to them and help them and be there for them. And not enough people realize that, and it's a shame, to put it lightly. I do hope that the prison system is pretty good in Canada, would be my only one thought. I know that the prison system here could use a little bit of work. Not that it's awful. I do appreciate that incarceration does tend to bring many closer to God. Agreed. Agreed entirely. I would say none of us are unsavable either, and I think that's... I don't think that. I know that's something that we need to all remember, because a lot of us like to go ahead and think that we're better than somebody just because we're not the same. It's the sinner that, for that parable, I'm trying to remember how somebody will go ahead and boast and be like, oh, look at me. Not like that tax collector over there, but the other guy, the tax collector is wise enough to know that anything that he does is for the glory of God, and that he's not even fit to look at God, and you know, strikes his chest, and it's like, a lot of people don't see that for themselves, unfortunately. And they think that they're better than people, and it's, yeah. I'm not always the best with my words, I do not deny this. Alright, I have problems with this puzzle. Mainly the timing. I think I'm slowly starting to understand the timing for it, though. Oh yeah, this one. I have issues with this one too. I say might have it that time though. Right, yeah. Okay. Just in case I don't beat it tonight, I can at least get the ones that I can get for sure, for sure. Ooh. So that might smack me in the head. I couldn't remember. Sometimes the hitboxes are forgiven, sometimes they're not. Yeah, okay. Oh no! I think I've done that a couple times recently. I have problems timing this one. A lot. But I do think I'm slowly learning how to do it better. Want to get up early, so I'm offline by 11, 12 p.m. tomorrow. I'm out, dude. Have a great night, chat. You too, Blake. You have a good night. God bless. I'm going to be wrapping up here in 15 minutes, unless we're, like, basically done with the game. Then I'm just going to go ahead and finish it. You have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to your next stream as well. Looking forward to Dark Souls next year, too. All right. Don't respond. I know you said you need to go to bed. I'm unintentionally distracting you. You have a good night. God bless. Pax about him. That might... Yeah, I was gonna say, that's the last one, so we're on endgame. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and finish, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night from there. I'll be back tomorrow with, something with Cayman. Honestly, as is, this is not bad, in my opinion, for the time. I'm not saying it's professional, but for me... was not a professional speedrunner at this game or any game. I think it's not bad. There's 2 sections coming up that I... No, you're distracting that fair! I wasn't trying to distract you, Blake. I was gonna say, if it makes you feel any better, as long as I do well on this, you probably won't be distracted for very long. As long as I do well on this. Close. Not close. This is not one of the sections I was talking about having problems with, but, apparently I do have problems with this section. Okay, we're good. This is the section I was talking about. Not that one. For clarification. This section. I'm doing this the wrong way. And not that section in particular, this one. Yeah. That part is probably where I die the most of the time. Unless I'm trying to do VVVVV, which is the hardest puzzle in the game. Well, alright, cool. I'm probably slowly starting to learn pattern recognitions then. Ah, man. Man. I'm bad at the game, guys! Oh. Ah, close. Usually don't have problems with that section. Obviously this time I did, so. Alright, last section. We have restabilized the this part of the universe. Now it's time to escape. Alright, that's one of the ones I usually have problems with. I think I got lucky on that one entirely, not gonna lie. This one I usually don't have that many problems with, but today it's special. Probably like one of those things where my brain is like, yes. You'd like to sleep, wouldn't you? It's like, I sure would, brain. Not today. And I just keep slipping and sliding on these banana peels. They're not banana peels. I'm just being a funny little guy. Ooh, almost there. Dang it. Dang it, Bobby! Oh, right. Yeah. I fell for it again, guys. How about them unlocks? I'm getting them, Father. I'm getting them. So, I'm almost done with the game. I'm almost done with the game, actually. Like, this is the second to last part of the game. So, I will have VVVVVV unlocks very, very soon. How are you doing, by the way, Father? Nice. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I was wondering why I got 3 trinket unlocks all of a sudden. Which, normally I appreciate, but, apparently the time I, how is Dredge, I guess, is the other question. It's just funny, because, the one time I don't actually need trinket unlocks is this time. I set it to random, and apparently this time it went, but what if you didn't need any? It's like, oh, okay. Neat! End of game, guys. Let's see if I die here. It's entirely possible. It happened last time. And we're done. I was gonna say, when we do the birthday stream, by the way, Father, you do still get that one spin. So we do have that. I'm still trying to think of spin wheels. I promised you, and you're getting it. But I at least have a couple of ideas, so we do have some ideas. That's one game. Hardest room, 28 deaths. Total deaths is 215. Did it in under an hour, though. I was gonna say, that's, didn't get most of the trinkets, not gonna lie. But considering that it's like, well, I knew that everything was open. I just decided to speed rush the game, which I think is probably the proper choice. Because then it unlocks things for people faster. And admittedly, I'd like to stop doing flip mode. I'd like to stop doing flip mode. One of these days. One of these days. But it keeps choosing flip mode for me. We'll be back on Tuesday with more Archipelago. Tomorrow, I think we're doing Kirby's Return to Dreamland for Switch with Cayman. Because I'm not having him, sit around all day playing video games. But, I was going to say, incentives are live for the birthday stream already, since my birthday is in 56 minutes now. And I do need to go ahead and, after this, I'll probably read from the Catechism. I appreciate it. Thank you, Father. I'll be 35 here in 56 minutes. Ironically, we're not doing the birthday streams, though. I mean, we are doing a stream tomorrow, but the ones that I'm doing birthday streams are not that day, ironically. I do love this game, though. The gameplay's fun, the music's great. What isn't there to like? I'm trying to remember if he's really released anything after VVVVVV or not. He had Super Hexagon before this, and I know that, but because Voyage of the Opera Din is a different indie game by the guy that did Papers, Please. And for some reason, I always get them confused, and I don't know why. But I do. But I do get them confused. Oh, Dicey Dungeons! I forgot about Dicey Dungeons. That's right. Like, I am aware of Dicey Dungeon, but I will admit, I absolutely forgot about Dicey Dungeons. Admittedly, I have heard Dicey Dungeons is fun, but I have yet to play that one. I always forget the scene is upside down now. This is also a good song. You want to keep exploring? No, I'm good. Return. Quit. Alright, we'll read from the Catechism. While we do that, I will show what we have for incentives for tomorrow. Yeah, that'll show everything. Because why not? I see no reason why not to. So yeah, that's what the incentives are for the birthday stream. So that's... we got... I'm still trying to think of other ideas for subwheel/bitwheel ideas. Thanks to Interceptor and Punch, we're able to add a new one. They sent me as we saw on stream earlier today, a pickle lovers kit. So there's a pickle gummy, there's pickle hot sauce, and then there's pickle what is the other thing? Cotton candy. So we have a couple of pickle items now. I'm looking forward to that. Pickle, Morty. Oh, Morty, I turned myself into a pickle. Funniest stuff I've ever seen, Morty. I gotta be honest, the Rick voice kills my throat. Maybe I should start smoking. Then I could do Pickle Rick. I don't wish that curse upon anybody. Oh. But yeah, then we got these other sub goals here. I'm trying to think of a $25 one. Because it feels weird to start at 50. I have not thought of a $25 one yet. I'm gonna be honest. We'll try to think of one, because it's like... I have not thought of one. Oh, I gotta go pick up a pie tomorrow, you know? I'm willing to do this. Hold on. I don't know if anybody's interested in this, but I'll do this anyways. I don't know if people will be interested by that, but that's at least a filler for now. If we even happen to hit that, who knows? Not me. But thanks to Father, because I said I would honor his when he did his a couple weeks ago. And the one from Chizo today, we're at 880. So immediately we're part of the way there. Whoa, we're living on a prayer. Anyways, though. Let's go ahead and read 4 pages from the Catechism. I'm getting tired, guys, as you might be able to tell. We'll go ahead and read 578 through 581. For those interested, we do have a new emote that we just put in today. I'm trying to think of how to make it look better. I wonder if we should make it lighter. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm in light mode. Maybe it's because of other things. But I figured Tyler and I have been talking about how this looks like a Pogger face from Guild Wars. I threw it in. I thought it was funny. So I actually really appreciate that. Not gonna lie. But as we were saying, finally just about to head to bed. Haha, but happy birthday, KAMax. I appreciate that, Hal. I'm going to be heading to bed, too, after I finish reading from the Catechism. How was the rest of your stream? I was going to say, you went for a long time, didn't you? Oh, you did just end. I was going to say, I saw that. It's like, you were going for a long time. And it's like, I wanted to watch more, but I was spending time with my family. Far too... I was going to say, you were going for like 7 hours? I was going to say, I was coming on just to check all my archipelagos real quickly, Hal, and found out that most of the time VVVVVV has items I have to wait for other people. Nah, didn't have to wait for any of those, so I just went straight to the end. Like, oh, cool. All right, I can do that in an hour. And I did that in an hour. I love that game. Yeah. I'll say, why don't you go? You go ahead and get some rest, though, Hal. I'm going to just turn on some music a little bit, and then we'll read from the Catechism. I don't think that's too loud. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes again, by the way, Hal. I don't think I said that yet. Okay. So we are currently on the 7th commandment. Thank you again, Hal. You have a great night and God bless. Thank you so much. In his use of things, man should regard the external goods he legitimately owns, not merely as exclusive to himself, but common to others also, in the sense that they can benefit others as well as himself. The ownership of any property makes its holder a steward of providence, with the task of making it fruitful and communicating its benefits to others, first of all his family. Goods of production, material, immaterial, such as land, factories, practical or artistic skills, oblige their possessors to employ them in ways that will benefit the greatest number. Those who hold goods for use and consumption should use them with moderation, reserving the better part for guests, for the sick and the poor. Political authority has the right and duty to regulate the legitimate exercise of the right to ownership for the sake of the common good. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because it's like, I do want there to be something in the background. But I'm hoping it's not like overbearing. Well, now it's not loud enough. So basically, I want it to be there, but not overbearing. Admittedly, for you guys, it might be just fine. In economic... So, part 2. Respect for persons and their goods. In economic matters, respect for human dignity requires the practice of the virtue of temperance, so as to moderate attachment to this world's goods. The practice of the virtue of justice to preserve our neighbor's rights and render him what is his due. And the practice of solidarity, in accordance with the golden rule, and in keeping with the generosity of the Lord, who, though he was rich, yet for your sake became poor, that by his poverty you might become rich. Respect for the goods of others. The 7th commandment forbids theft, that is, usurping another's property against the reasonable will of the owner. There is no theft if consent can be presumed or if refusal is contrary to reason, and the universal destination of goods. This is the case in obvious and urgent necessity when the only way to provide for immediate essential needs, food, shelter, clothing, is to put at one's disposal and use the property of others. Even if it does not contradict the provisions of civil law, any form of unjustly taking and keeping the property of others is against the 7th commandment. Thus, deliberate mention of goods lent or of objects lost, business fraud, paying unjust wages, forcing up prices by taking advantage of the ignorance or hardship of another. The following are also morally illicit: speculation in which one contrives to manipulate the price of goods artificially in order to gain an advantage to the detriment of others; corruption in which one influences the judgment of those who must make decisions according to law; appropriation and use for private purposes of the common goods of an enterprise; work poorly done; tax evasion; forgery of checks and invoices; excessive expenses and waste. Willfully damaging private or public property is contrary to the moral law and requires reparation. Hold on, I'm actually gonna... I'm thinking about this now. I know Sean had one of these, and I actually thought this was a fun idea. There we go, because we can do that. And honestly, every time you guys do that, I'm gonna be honest, not to be mean to Sean, but actually I need to double check that I have this before I say the next part. Oh yeah, when you guys make me eat a banana, I can do it a little better.
Oh, banana.
So, just putting that in there. Which means I'll have to pick up bananas tomorrow. Sorry, I was thinking about that because it's like, I am reading this, and it is fascinating because it's making me think about ROMs again, honestly. But it's like, once again, I haven't acquired those illegally. I have actually taken all my hardware and used the games myself. I haven't gotten them off the internet. I've actually gone ahead and acquired them myself. But it's just interesting to me because it's like, hey, Jeesh, how you doing? I was gonna say, I was getting ready to wrap up. What were you up to, Jeesh? I was gonna say, hey, Jeesh, you BK'd to get into him? How you doing today, Jeesh? Thank you for the raid, by the way. What were you playing? Yeah, so I did a 3-hour stream earlier, Jeesh. And I have my son tomorrow. So I'll be honest, I was just doing a quick check-in for my Archipelago, Jeesh. I have already beat one of the 3 games I have. Because I had nothing holding me back. Empire at War, gonna try to revive it. Oh, really? That's the Star Wars game, right? I think I have that one. Guys, you can look at my Steam for a second. Yeah, it is. I haven't played much of that. As I say, it's been a long time since I've last touched that. I would not be opposed to trying that again. I have heard it's quite good, though. Oh, hold on one second. Let's say you rated me. Give me 1 second. I forget this sometimes, and this is on me. Not gonna lie. Is this the right command? I'm tired, guys. I'm tired, boss. And then it should pop up here.
My dragon deck? This
Yu-Gi-Oh!
is not my dragon deck? What are we doing? Wait.
Somebody Exodia.
Wait a minute. This is not my dragon deck. Which tells me that I've done a classic Jeesh blunder out here.
This is War of the Roses, isn't it?
True, if I go here.
Yeah, this is through Streamer Bot, Jeesh. Give me 1 second. I can, see if I can find it. Yes, there we go. I don't think there should be anything. Yeah. I'm pretty positive this is the one that I use. 1 second. Let's say I haven't played Duelist of the Roses because I didn't have a PS2. But I do want to play Duelist of the Roses just because I know... Alright, we're going to stop. We're going to pause the Cataclysm here for a brief second. We were on 2410. But Duelist of the Roses is just so insane to me that it's based off of real history. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like, nah, fam, we're going to make a video game out of it. It's like, I'm sorry. What do you mean you're taking your ancient Egyptian, made up children's card game and throwing it into a real life situation? What do you mean? It is real history, but then it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Justin. It's like, it's so fascinating because it's like, I don't think that's the only... Is that the only... No, because Duelist of the Roses got a sequel. Yeah, aside from the characters, you're right. There's nothing about it. The characters, yeah, it's so... I kind of like that, though. Like, I like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Old games, which is why I bought the Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection, early days. But I really do happen to like the old Yu-Gi-Oh! Games. That just went insanely off the walls. That wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! Which, to be fair, honestly, the more I've read the manga, it's like, man, Yu-Gi-Oh! Just kind of did what it wanted, didn't it? It's like, I've been buying the manga slowly. It's like, I like the anime. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Did not care. It did not give a hoot. And I kind of admire it for that. I do kind of admire it for that, not gonna lie. I should see who we're gonna raid, honestly, after we're done. Unless it's gonna end here, which it might. There's Javier, or Rico. We got some people, but we'll worry about that here in like another... We're not done quite yet. Oh, you gotta head to bed. Sounds good. You have a good night, Jeesh. Thank you again for the raid. I appreciate it. You have a good night, and God bless. Pax up on him. I was gonna... Yeah. All right. Let me go ahead, finish, and then we'll raid. Guys, do you want to raid into Rico or Clavier next? But we got like another 2 pages. Man, Duelist of the Roses is so crazy, though. I do really. I'll be honest. I do hope they do another early days collection that has Duelist of the Roses. I don't know if they will, but I'm hoping they do another Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know how well Yu-Gi-Oh. All right, one last check, and then we're gonna go ahead and finish reading Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection sales. Like, if it's sold well enough, Konami will do it. Hold on, this isn't Google. Hey, Secret Cards, Reshef, those are not mid. Those are good games. You be quiet. I'm not really seeing... Alright, I'm curious about that. Alright, we'll get back to the catechism here in one sec. I'm just curious for anything. Oh, that took them 4 months to add online to World Championship Tournament 2004? Okay, great, wonderful. I mean, at least they did it. Good job. The question is, I want to know how well it's selling, and that's the main thing I want to know here. I don't know how well it's selling. I want it to be selling well enough, I'm not going to lie, because I do want the other games. I disagree with this. I think those games are pretty decent. I'm getting distracted, guys, aren't I? Yeah, I was gonna say, I want to see if they do a second collection. I'm hoping they do. Like, okay, we're gonna get undistracted now. I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. That's one of the games I do want to play more of. It plays similarly to Yu-Gi-Oh!, but not exactly the same. There's a GameCube Yu-Gi-Oh! Game, Falsebound Kingdom, that I have. I'd like to play that on stream. I have to get through my queue first. So there is all this crazy experimentation that they tried early on, and then they kind of just stopped. Immediately, even with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection, they have at least... Hold on. Snooze ads. Alright, we're gonna snooze ads for 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and read the catechism so we can finish, and then we're gonna raid off. Promises must be kept and contracts strictly observed to the extent that the commitments made in them are morally just. A significant part of economic and social life depends on the honoring of contracts between physical or moral persons. Commercial contracts or of purchase or sale, rental or labor contracts. All contracts must be agreed to and executed in good faith. Contracts are subject to commutative justice, which regulates exchanges between persons and between institutions in accordance with a strict respect for their rights. Commutative justice obliges strictly. It requires safeguarding property rights, paying debts, and fulfilling obligations freely contracted. Without commutative justice, no other form of justice is possible. One distinguishes commutative justice from legal justice, which concerns what the citizen owes in fairness to the community, and from distributive justice, which regulates what the community owes its citizens in proportion to their contributions and needs. I kind of always forget that the Game Boy Color games came out, Father, I'll be honest. I played Cards, Sacred Cards, which I enjoyed. I actually think Sacred Cards is fun. It's not quite, once again, for whatever reason, they decided, you know, we're not going to go ahead and make a 1-for-1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to change it up slightly. And it's like, I don't get why you did, but, you know, it's an enjoyable game. I enjoy it. There was only one that released in the US, which is interesting, because I know that was kind of had a Final Fantasy situation, didn't it? Where it was the third game in this? Was it the second game? It was a sequel, and they just named it the first one when it came over here. Like Dark Duel Stories, wasn't it? The third, that's what I thought, yeah. And then we do have the first two officially now because of Early Days Collection. I don't know if it's in English. That's my one question. I'm gonna snooze ads again. You know what? No, this is a tirade for tomorrow. I will do this tomorrow. Because otherwise I'm gonna keep getting distracted, guys. I'm gonna keep getting distracted. This is a rabbit. Alright, one last rabbit hole. As most of you know, the part of the reason why I chose St. Maximilian Kolbe as my patron saint was because I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh! At the time. I was not really a very faithful Catholic, as I have said on stream, but I haven't stuck with Yu-Gi-Oh! Because back when I was interested, I was more into Magic the Gathering, and now I'm too scared to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly, because boy does that play format just not seem like a fun time. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather play Pokemon, where it's a pretty fun format, it's pretty balanced for the most part. Having a never expiring format kind of is great and awful at the same time. It's great if you've been with it since it started, but otherwise it can be really hard to get into. Just saying. So, yeah. Anyways, I was saying this is the Golden Sun song, by the way. I do love this. I love Aqua Rock. I need to replay Golden Sun Lost Age again. All right. Contracts are subject to commutative. We just did this anyway. In virtue of commutative justice, reparation for injustice committed requires the restitution of stolen goods to their owner. Jesus blesses Zacchaeus for his pledge. If I have defrauded anyone of anything, I restore it fourfold. Those who directly or indirectly have taken possession of the goods of another are obliged to make restitution of them, or to return the equivalent in kind or in money. If the goods have disappeared, as well as the profit or advantages their owner would have legitimately obtained from them. Likewise, all who in some manner have taken part in a theft or have knowingly benefited from it, for example, those who ordered it, assisted in it, or received the stolen goods, are obliged to make restitution in proportion to their responsibility and to their share of what was stolen. Ooh, speaking of card games, games of chance, card games, etc., or wagers are not in themselves contrary to justice. They become morally unacceptable when they deprive someone of what is necessary to provide for his needs and those of others. The passion for gambling risks becoming an enslavement. Unfair wagers and cheating at games constitute grave matter, unless the damage inflicted is so slight that the one who suffers it cannot reasonably consider it significant. The seventh commandment forbids acts or enterprises that for any reason, selfish or ideological, commercial or totalitarian, lead to the enslavement of human beings, to their being bought, sold, and exchanged like merchandise, in disregard for their personal dignity. It is a sin against the dignity of persons and their fundamental rights to reduce them by violence to their productive value, or to a source of profit. St. Paul directed a Christian master to treat his Christian slave no longer as a slave, but more than a slave, as a beloved brother, both in the flesh and in the Lord. Respect for the integrity of creation. The seventh commandment enjoins respect for the integrity of creation. Animals, like plants and inanimate beings, are by nature destined for the common good of past, present, and future humanity. Use of the mineral, vegetable, and animal resources of the universe cannot be divorced from respect for moral imperatives. Man's dominion over inanimate and other living beings granted by the Creator is not absolute. It is limited by concern for the quality of life of his neighbor, including generations to come. It requires a religious aspect for the integrity of creation. Animals, gods, or creatures. He surrounds them with his providential care. By their mere existence, they bless him and give him glory. Thus, men owe them kindness. We should recall the gentleness with which with which saints like Saint Francis of Assisi or Saint Philip Neri treated animals. God entrusted animals to the stewardship of those whom he created in his own image. Hence, it is legitimate to use animals for food and clothing. They may be domesticated to help man in his work and leisure. Medical and scientific experimentation on animals is a morally acceptable practice if it remains within reasonable limits and contributes to caring for or to saving human lives. It is contrary to human dignity to cause animals to suffer or die needlessly. It is likewise unworthy to spend money on them that should, as a priority, go to the relief of human misery. One can love animals. One should not direct to them the affection due only to persons, which is a very important lesson, I think, for many people. Myself included. I do quite like my animals, but yeah. The social doctrine of the Church. Christian revelation promotes deeper understanding of the laws of social living. The Church receives from the Gospel the full revelation of the truth about man. When she fulfills her mission of proclaiming the Gospel, she bears witness to man, in the name of Christ, to his dignity, and his vocation to the communion of persons. She teaches him to the demands of justice and peace in conformity with divine wisdom. The Church makes a moral judgment about economic and social matters. When the fundamental rights of the person or the salvation of souls requires it, in the moral order, she bears a mission distinct from that of political authorities. The Church is concerned with the temporal aspects of the common good because they are ordered to the sovereign God. Our ultimate end. The sovereign good. Our ultimate end. She strives to inspire right attitudes with respect to earthly goods and in socio-economic relationships. The social doctrine of the Church developed in the 19th century when the gospel encountered modern industrial society with its new structures for the production of consumer goods, its new concept of society, the state and authority, and its new forms of labor and ownership. The development of the doctrine of the Church on economic and social matters attests the permanent value of the Church's teaching at the same time as it attests the true meaning of her tradition, always living and active. And then on Tuesday, we'll go ahead and do 4 more pages. So we'll do 582 through 585. Tomorrow we're going to do Paul of Tarsus. So tomorrow we are going to do Kirby. Kirby, that's the name, as you know. Boy, guys, I'm starting to get drained, and it's really, it's kind of show. I don't know. I'm not climbing anymore. Stop falling over books so I can put you down. Okay. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Oh, I guess we only have one person because it looks like Rico has ended. We're gonna raid into Clavier. He's a good guy. So we're gonna start the raid. I don't really have a raid call, but we're gonna raid on over to him. And then I'm gonna go to bed. I'll be back tomorrow with Kirby, as I said. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you all have a wonderful day. God bless. Pax a bonum. And I'm looking forward to streaming for you guys over the next couple days. For my birthday. And Merry Christmas to all of you. God bless.
I'm gonna have to load all that and do it again.